Brace yourself. Nostradamus's darkest predictions for 2025. Act 1. The Setup. A world on the brink. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine waking up one morning to a world that feels unrecognizable. The skies are darker, the news is grim, and the future seems uncertain. What if I told you that Nostradamus, the legendary seer, predicted this very moment? His prophecies for 2025 are not just eerie, they're downright chilling. But before you let fear take over, let me ask you this. What if these predictions could actually be your key to thriving in the years ahead? Yes, you heard me right. While the world may be bracing for chaos, you could be positioning yourself for unprecedented wealth and success. Intrigued? You should be. Let's dive into the first act of this unfolding drama. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe it. Nostradamus, a man who lived over 500 years ago, somehow saw glimpses of our modern world with startling clarity. His quatrains, often cryptic and poetic, have been interpreted to predict everything from natural disasters to political upheavals. But 2025 stands out as a year of particular significance. Why? Because his writings suggest a convergence of events that could reshape our lives forever. Think about it. What would you do if you knew the world was about to change dramatically? Would you hide under the covers, or would you seize the opportunity to rise above the chaos? The choice is yours, but time is running out. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, fear. It's natural to feel a sense of dread when confronted with predictions of doom and gloom. But here's the thing, fear can either paralyze you or propel you forward. The wealthy and successful don't shy away from uncertainty. They embrace it. They see challenges as opportunities in disguise. So as we unpack Nostradamus's predictions, I want you to keep an open mind. What if the very events that scare others could be the stepping stones to your financial freedom? Let's explore this further. One of Nostradamus's most alarming predictions for 2025 involves a massive shift in global power dynamics. He foresaw the collapse of traditional institutions and the rise of new, unpredictable forces. Sounds unsettling, doesn't it? But consider this. Every major shift in history has created millionaires and billionaires. The fall of empires, the rise of technology, the birth of new industries. These moments of upheaval are golden opportunities for those who are prepared. So while the world may be on the brink of chaos, you could be on the brink of a breakthrough. But wait, before we go any further, let's take a moment to reset. Are you feeling overwhelmed yet? Don't worry, you're not alone. Predictions like these can feel heavy, but here's a little humor to lighten the mood. If Nostradamus were alive today, do you think he'd be a stock market guru or a survivalist YouTuber? Either way, he'd probably have a lot to say about 2025. Now let's get back to the story. Another key prediction for 2025 revolves around environmental catastrophes. Nostradamus wrote about strange weather patterns, rising seas, and devastating natural disasters. While this may sound like the plot of a Hollywood movie, the reality is that climate change is already impacting our world. But here's the twist. Crises create demand, and demand creates opportunity. Think about it. Renewable energy, sustainable living, and disaster preparedness are booming industries. Could this be your chance to invest in the future while securing your wealth? Let's not forget about the economic implications of these predictions. Nostradamus hinted at a global financial crisis, unlike anything we've seen before. Currencies could collapse, markets could crash, and traditional investments might lose their value. Scary, right? But here's the silver lining. Every crisis is followed by a recovery. Those who position themselves wisely during the downturn can reap massive rewards when the tide turns. The question is, will you be one of them? As we wrap up Act 1, let's reflect on what we've covered so far. Nostradamus's predictions for 2025 paint a picture of a world in turmoil, but they also hint at incredible opportunities for those who are prepared. The key is to stay informed, stay adaptable, and stay focused on your goals. Remember, the future isn't something that happens to you. It's something you create. So are you ready to take control of your destiny? Act 2. The Confrontation, Navigating the Storm. Now that we've set the stage, it's time to delve deeper into the heart of the matter. Act 2 is all about confrontation, facing the challenges head-on and finding ways to turn them to your advantage. Let's start with one of Nostradamus's most intriguing predictions, the rise of artificial intelligence and its impact on society. He foresaw a world where machines would play a dominant role, reshaping industries and altering the way we live. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? But here's the kicker. While many fear the rise of AI, the wealthy see it as a tool for growth. Automation, data analysis, and machine learning are revolutionizing everything from healthcare to finance. The question is, how can you leverage these advancements to build your wealth? Whether it's investing in tech startups or using AI to optimize your business, the possibilities are endless. The future belongs to those who embrace innovation, so don't get left behind. Another prediction that's hard to ignore is the potential for social unrest. Nostradamus wrote about widespread protests, political instability, and a growing divide between the haves and the have-nots. While this may sound alarming, it's also a call to action. History has shown that periods of social upheaval often lead to significant change. The Civil Rights Movement, the fall of the Berlin Wall, the rise of democracy. These moments didn't just happen. They were driven by people who dared to dream of a better future. So what does this mean for you? It means that now is the time to think about your legacy. How can you use your resources to make a positive impact on the world? Whether it's through philanthropy, mentorship, or community building, your actions today can shape the future for generations to come. And let's not forget, giving back is also a powerful way to build lasting wealth. After all, the most successful people are those who create value for others. But let's not sugarcoat it. Navigating the storm won't be easy. Nostradamus's predictions suggest that 2025 will be a year of intense challenges, both personally and globally. There will be moments of doubt, fear, and uncertainty. But here's the thing, every great success story involves overcoming obstacles. Think about the entrepreneurs, inventors, and leaders who changed the world. They didn't have it easy, but they persevered, and so can you. As we approach the climax of our story, let's take a moment to reset. Are you still with me? Good. Because what comes next is crucial. Nostradamus's final predictions for 2025 are perhaps the most shocking of all. He spoke of a great awakening, a moment when humanity would confront its deepest fears and emerge stronger than ever. What does this mean for you? It means that the challenges ahead are not just obstacles, they're opportunities for transformation. Act 3. The Resolution, Seizing the Opportunity. Welcome to Act 3, where the pieces of the puzzle come together and the path to wealth and success becomes clear. Nostradamus's predictions may be dark, but they also contain a powerful message of hope. The year 2025 could be the turning point you've been waiting for, a chance to rewrite your story and achieve the life you've always dreamed of. The first step is to embrace change. The world is evolving at an unprecedented pace, and those who resist will be left behind. But for those who adapt, the rewards are limitless. Whether it's learning new skills, exploring emerging markets, or rethinking your investment strategy, the key is to stay ahead of the curve. Remember, fortune favors the bold. Next, focus on building resilience. The road to wealth is rarely smooth, but it's those who can weather the storms who ultimately succeed. This means taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. It means surrounding yourself with a strong support network and staying grounded in your values. And it means never losing sight of your goals, no matter how tough things get. Finally, take action. Knowledge is power, but only if you use it. The predictions we've discussed today are not just food for thought. They're a call to action. The world is changing, and the time to act is now. Whether it's investing in your education, starting a new business, or diversifying your portfolio, every step you take brings you closer to your dreams. As we come to the end of our journey, let's reflect on what we've learned. Nostradamus's predictions for 2025 may be unsettling, but they also offer a unique opportunity for growth and transformation. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: those who are prepared will thrive. So brace yourself, not for the end of the world, but for the beginning of a new chapter in your life. And remember, the greatest predictions are the ones you make for yourself. So what's your vision for 2025? Will you be a passive observer, or will you take control of your destiny? The choice is yours. The future is yours. Now go out there and make it happen. Act 4. The Resolution. Seizing the Opportunity. Continued. Let's talk about the power of mindset. Nostradamus's predictions may paint a picture of a turbulent future, but your mindset will determine how you navigate it. Think about it. Every great leader, entrepreneur, and visionary has faced adversity. What set them apart was their ability to see opportunity where others saw only obstacles. So, as you prepare for 2025, ask yourself, are you approaching the future with fear or with? Are you waiting for the storm to pass, or are you learning to dance in the rain? The choice is yours, and it will shape your destiny. Now let's get practical. What specific steps can you take to position yourself for success in 2025? First, consider diversifying your income streams. Nostradamus hinted at economic instability, and one of the best ways to protect yourself is by not putting all your eggs in one basket. Whether it's real estate, stocks, or a side business, having multiple sources of income can provide a safety net in uncertain times. And who knows, one of those ventures could turn into your golden ticket. Second, invest in yourself. The world is changing rapidly, and the skills that got you here may not be enough to take you where you want to go. Whether it's learning about blockchain technology, mastering digital marketing, or exploring sustainable living, expanding your knowledge will give you a competitive edge. Remember, the most valuable asset you have is your mind, so feed it well. Third, build a network of like-minded individuals. Nostradamus's predictions suggest a world where collaboration will be key to survival and success. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and support your goals. Attend conferences, join mastermind groups, or simply reach out to someone you admire. You never know. Your next big opportunity could come from a conversation. But let's not forget about the importance of giving back. Nostradamus spoke of a great awakening, a moment when humanity would come together to create a better world. You have the power to be part of that movement. Whether it's mentoring a young entrepreneur, supporting a cause you believe in, or simply spreading kindness, your actions can have a ripple effect. And here's the beautiful part. When you give, you also receive. Generosity has a way of coming back to you in unexpected ways. As we near the end of our journey, let's take a moment to reflect. Nostradamus' predictions for 2025 may seem daunting, but they also offer a unique opportunity to redefine your life. The world is changing, and with change comes possibility. The question is, will you be a passive observer or an active participant? Will you let fear hold you back, or will you embrace the unknown with courage and determination? Here's a thought to leave you with. The future is not something that happens to you. It's something you create. Every decision you make, every action you take, shapes the path ahead. So as you look toward 2025, remember that you have the power to write your own story. Whether it's achieving financial freedom, building a legacy, or simply living a life of purpose, the choice is yours. And now, the final cliffhanger. What if Nostradamus' predictions are not just warnings, but invitations? What if the chaos he foresaw is the catalyst for your greatest success? The truth is, no one knows exactly what the future holds. But one thing is certain: those who are prepared, adaptable, and resilient will thrive. So brace yourself, not for the end of the world, but for the beginning of a new chapter in your life. Thank you for joining me on this journey. The road ahead may be uncertain, but with the right mindset and actions, you can turn uncertainty into opportunity. The future is yours to shape. Now go out there and make it extraordinary. Act 3. The resolution, seizing the opportunity, continued. Let's take a moment to talk about the power of resilience. Nostradamus' predictions for 2025 may seem overwhelming, but history has shown us that humanity has an incredible ability to adapt and overcome. Think about the Great Depression, the World Wars, or even the recent pandemic. Each of these crises was followed by periods of incredible growth and innovation. The same can be true for you. The challenges ahead are not roadblocks. They are stepping stones. The question is, will you rise to the occasion? One of the most important lessons from Nostradamus' prophecies is the idea of foresight. He didn't just predict doom and gloom. He also hinted at opportunities for those who could see them. This is your chance to become a modern-day visionary. Start by analyzing trends and identifying gaps in the market. For example, if Nostradamus' predictions about environmental disasters hold true, industries like renewable energy, water purification, and sustainable agriculture could boom. Are you ready to position yourself at the forefront of these emerging markets? Now let's talk about the role of technology in shaping your future. Nostradamus couldn't have imagined the internet, artificial intelligence, or blockchain, but his predictions about societal shifts align perfectly with the technological revolution we're experiencing today. The key is to embrace these advancements rather than fear them. For instance, consider how you can use AI to streamline your business, or how blockchain could revolutionize your investments. The tools for success are at your fingertips. Will you use them? But let's not forget the human element. In a world that's becoming increasingly digital, the ability to connect with others on a personal level will be more valuable than ever. Nostradamus spoke of a great awakening, a time when people would come together to create a better world. This is your chance to build meaningful relationships, both personally and professionally. Whether it's networking with like-minded individuals or strengthening your family bonds, these connections will be your anchor in turbulent times. Here's a question to ponder. What legacy do you want to leave behind? Nostradamus' predictions remind us that life is fleeting and the future is uncertain. But that uncertainty is also an opportunity to create something lasting. Whether it's building a business that outlives you, mentoring the next generation, or contributing to a cause you believe in, your actions today can have a profound impact on the world. So what will your legacy be? As we approach the final moments of our journey, let's revisit the idea of fear. It's natural to feel apprehensive about the future, especially when faced with predictions as dark as Nostradamus. But here's the truth. Fear is not your enemy. It's a signal, a reminder that you're stepping out of your comfort zone and into the realm of growth. The wealthy and successful don't avoid fear. They harness it. They use it as fuel to push forward, to take risks, and to achieve greatness. Will you do the same? Now let's talk about the importance of taking action. Knowledge is only powerful when it's applied. You've learned about Nostradamus' predictions, explored the potential challenges and opportunities, and reflected on your own goals and values. But none of that matters unless you take the next step. Whether it's making a bold investment, starting a new venture, or simply committing to personal growth, the time to act is now. The future waits for no one. Here's a final thought to leave you with. The year 2025 is not just a date on the calendar. It's a symbol of possibility. It represents a moment in time when the world will change, and you have the power to shape that change. Whether it's through financial success, personal fulfillment, or making a difference in the lives of others, the future is yours to create. So what will you do with it? As we wrap up, let's return to the beginning. Nostradamus' predictions may have sparked fear, but they've also ignited a fire within you, a fire to learn, to grow, and to thrive. The road ahead may be uncertain, but one thing is clear. You have the power to turn uncertainty into opportunity. The future is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. So brace yourself, not for the end of the world, but for the beginning of a new chapter in your life. The year 2025 is coming, and with it comes the chance to rewrite your story. Will you seize the opportunity? The choice is yours. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Remember, the future is not something that happens to you. It's something you create. Now go out there and make it extraordinary. Act 4. The Awakening, Embracing the New Reality. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that the world has fundamentally changed. The rules you once lived by no longer apply, and the future feels like uncharted territory. This is the essence of Nostradamus' Great Awakening prediction for 2025. But here's the good news. Awakening isn't just about recognizing change. It's about embracing it. Think of it as stepping into a new reality where the old limitations no longer hold you back. Are you ready to see the world through fresh eyes? One of the most profound shifts Nostradamus foresaw is the collapse of traditional systems. Governments, economies, and even social structures could undergo radical transformations. While this may sound unsettling, it's also an invitation to rethink how you approach life. For example, if traditional job security is no longer guaranteed, what skills or side hustles could you develop to create multiple streams of income? The awakening isn't just about survival. It's about thriving in a new paradigm. But let's pause for a moment. Are you feeling overwhelmed by the idea of so much change? That's completely normal. Here's a little humor to lighten the mood. If Nostradamus were alive today, do you think he'd be a minimalist living off the grid or a tech billionaire revolutionizing the world? Either way, he'd probably tell you to stop worrying and start adapting. Now let's get back to the story. The awakening also brings with it a renewed focus on personal values. Nostradamus hinted that 2025 would be a time when people would prioritize meaning over materialism. What does this mean for you? It's an opportunity to align your wealth-building efforts with your deeper purpose. Maybe it's starting a business that solves a pressing problem, or investing in causes that resonate with your values. When your work has meaning, success becomes inevitable. As we move deeper into this act, let's talk about the role of intuition. Nostradamus himself relied on his inner vision to make predictions, and you too can tap into your intuition to navigate the future. In a world of uncertainty, your gut instinct can be a powerful guide. So take a moment to reflect. What is your inner voice telling you about the path ahead? Trust it. It might just lead you to your greatest opportunity. Here's the cliffhanger. What if the awakening isn't just about external changes, but about a profound shift within yourself? What if 2025 is the year you finally step into your full potential? The choice is yours. Will you resist the change, or will you embrace it and rise to the occasion? Act 5. The Reinvention, Building a New Legacy. Welcome to Act 5, where we explore the concept of reinvention. Nostradamus' predictions suggest that 2025 will be a year of transformation, not just for the world, but for individuals as well. This is your chance to shed old identities and step into a new version of yourself. Think of it as a personal revolution, one where you take control of your narrative and create a legacy that lasts. Let's start with your mindset. Reinvention begins with the belief that you are capable of change. Too often people get stuck in routines or limiting beliefs that hold them back. But here's the truth. You are not defined by your past. Whether you're 40, 50, or beyond, it's never too late to reinvent yourself. So ask yourself, what version of yourself do you want to meet in 2025? One of the most exciting aspects of reinvention is the opportunity to explore new passions. Nostradamus hinted that 2025 would be a time when people would break free from societal expectations and pursue what truly matters to them. Maybe it's starting a new career, writing a book, or traveling the world. Whatever it is, now is the time to take that leap. After all, the greatest risk is not taking one at all. But let's not forget about the practical side of reinvention. Building a new legacy requires planning and action. Start by setting clear goals for the next few years. Where do you want to be financially, professionally, and personally by 2025? Break those goals down into actionable steps and commit to taking one small step every day. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was built. Here's a pattern interrupt to keep you engaged. If you could have a one-on-one conversation with Nostradamus, what would you ask him? Would you seek advice about the future? Or would you simply thank him for the wake-up call? Either way, his predictions are a reminder that the future is yours to shape. Now let's get back to the story. As we wrap up this act, let's reflect on the power of reinvention. Nostradamus' predictions may seem daunting, but they also offer a blank canvas for you to create something extraordinary. The year 2025 is not just a deadline, it's a starting point. So what will you create? What legacy will you leave behind? The choice is yours. Act 6, the connection, building bridges in a divided world. In Act 6, we delve into one of Nostradamus's most poignant predictions, the rise of division and the need for unity. He foresaw a world where societal fractures would deepen, but he also hinted at the potential for reconciliation. This is your chance to be a bridge builder, someone who brings people together in a time of chaos. But how do you do that? Let's explore. First, let's talk about empathy. In a world that's increasingly polarized, the ability to understand and connect with others is more valuable than ever. Whether it's in your personal relationships or your professional network, empathy can be a powerful tool for building trust and fostering collaboration. So ask yourself, how can you show up as a unifying force in your community? Next, consider the role of communication. Nostradamus's predictions suggest that misinformation and confusion will be rampant in 2025. This means that clear, honest communication will be a rare and valuable skill. Whether you're leading a team, negotiating a deal, or simply having a conversation, strive to be a voice of clarity and integrity. Your words have power. Use them wisely. But let's not forget about the importance of action. Building bridges isn't just about talking. It's about doing. Look for ways to create win-win situations in your interactions. For example, if you're negotiating a business deal, focus on how both parties can benefit. If you're resolving a conflict, seek common ground. When you approach life with a mindset of collaboration, everyone wins. Here's a humorous thought to reset your attention. If Nostradamus were alive today, do you think he'd be a social media influencer or a recluse avoiding the noise? Either way, he'd probably remind you that true connection happens offline. Now let's get back to the story. As we near the end of this act, let's reflect on the power of connection. Nostradamus's predictions may paint a picture of a divided world, but they also offer a glimmer of hope. The year 2025 could be a turning point, a moment when humanity comes together to create a better future. Will you be part of that movement? Act 7, The Legacy, Creating a Ripple Effect. Welcome to Act 7, where we explore the concept of legacy. Nostradamus's predictions remind us that life is fleeting, but our actions can have a lasting impact. This is your chance to create a ripple effect, a legacy that extends far beyond your lifetime. So let's dive in. Let's start with the idea of influence. Every action you take, every decision you make, has the potential to influence others. Whether it's through your work, your relationships, or your contributions to society, you have the power to inspire those around you. So ask yourself, what kind of influence do you want to have? Next, consider the role of generosity. Nostradamus hinted that 2025 would be a time when people would prioritize giving over taking. This is your chance to make a difference, not just for yourself, but for others. Whether it's through philanthropy, mentorship, or simply lending a helping hand, your generosity can create a ripple effect that changes lives. But let's not forget about the importance of authenticity. In a world that's constantly changing, staying true to yourself is one of the most powerful ways to leave a lasting legacy. So embrace your unique strengths, values, and passions. When you live authentically, you inspire others to do the same. Here's a pattern interrupt to keep you engaged. If you could leave one piece of advice for future generations, what would it be? Would it be about wealth, love, or resilience? Whatever it is, let it guide your actions today. Now let's get back to the story. As we wrap up this act, let's reflect on the power of legacy. Nostradamus's predictions may seem dark, but they also offer a profound opportunity to create something meaningful. The year 2025 is not just a date. It's a chance to leave your mark on the world. So what will your legacy be? Act 8. The Triumph, Rising Above the Chaos. In Act 8, we reach the climax of our journey. Nostradamus' predictions may have started as a source of fear, but they've become a catalyst for transformation. This is your moment of triumph, a chance to rise above the chaos and claim the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start with the power of resilience. The road to success is rarely smooth, but it's those who persevere who ultimately triumph. Think about the challenges you've already overcome in your life. You've survived 100% of your worst days, and that's proof that you can handle whatever comes next. Next, consider the role of gratitude. Even in the face of uncertainty, there's always something to be thankful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, and that mindset can be a powerful tool for success. So take a moment to reflect. What are you grateful for today? But let's not forget about the importance of celebration. As you achieve your goals, take time to acknowledge your progress. Whether it's a small win or a major milestone, celebrating your successes keeps you motivated and inspired. Here's a humorous thought to reset your attention. If Nostradamus were alive today, do you think he'd throw a massive party to celebrate surviving 2025? Either way, he'd probably remind you to enjoy the journey. Now let's get back to the story. As we wrap up this act, let's reflect on the power of triumph. Nostradamus' predictions may have seemed daunting, but they've also revealed your strength, resilience, and potential. The year 2025 is not just a challenge. It's an opportunity to rise above and claim your victory. So what are you waiting for? Act 9. The Innovation, Pioneering the Future. Imagine a world where the old rules no longer apply, and the only constant is change. This is the world Nostradamus hinted at for 2025. A world where innovation isn't just an option, it's a necessity. But here's the exciting part. Innovation isn't just for tech geniuses or Silicon Valley elites. It's for anyone willing to think differently and take bold action. So let's explore how you can become a pioneer of the future. One of Nostradamus's most intriguing predictions is the rise of new technologies that will reshape society. From artificial intelligence to renewable energy, these advancements are already transforming the way we live and work. But here's the twist. You don't need to be an engineer to benefit from them. Whether it's using AI to streamline your business or investing in green technologies, the opportunities are endless. The question is, will you seize them? But let's pause for a moment. Are you feeling intimidated by the pace of technological change? That's completely normal. Here's a little humor to lighten the mood. If Nostradamus were alive today, do you think he'd be a crypto millionaire or a skeptic sticking to gold? Either way, he'd probably tell you to stop overthinking and start experimenting. Now let's get back to the story. Innovation isn't just about technology. It's also about mindset. Nostradamus hinted that 2025 would be a time when creativity and adaptability would be more valuable than ever. This means thinking outside the box, challenging assumptions, and embracing failure as a stepping stone to success. So ask yourself, what's one bold idea you've been too afraid to pursue? What if 2025 is the year you finally take the leap? As we move deeper into this act, let's talk about the role of collaboration. Nostradamus foresaw a world where traditional hierarchies would collapse, making way for new forms of partnership and teamwork. This is your chance to build alliances with like-minded individuals who share your vision. Whether it's joining a mastermind group or collaborating on a passion project, the power of collective effort can amplify your impact. Here's the cliffhanger. What if the innovations you create today become the foundation for a better tomorrow? What if 2025 is the year you not only adapt to change, but become a catalyst for it? The future is yours to shape. Will you rise to the challenge? Act 10. The Resilience Thriving in Uncertainty. Welcome to Act 10, where we explore the power of resilience. Nostradamus' predictions for 2025 may seem daunting, but they also highlight the importance of inner strength and adaptability. This is your chance to not just survive, but thrive in the face of uncertainty. So let's dive in. Let's start with the concept of mental resilience. In a world of constant change, your ability to stay focused and grounded will be your greatest asset. This means cultivating habits that support your well-being, from meditation and exercise to journaling and gratitude practices. Think of it as building a fortress within yourself, one that can withstand any storm. Next, consider the role of financial resilience. Nostradamus hinted at economic instability, and while you can't control the markets, you can control how you prepare. This means diversifying your income, building an emergency fund, and investing in assets that hold long-term value. The goal isn't just to protect your wealth, it's to create a foundation that allows you to take calculated risks and seize opportunities. But let's not forget about emotional resilience. Nostradamus' predictions suggest that 2025 will be a time of heightened stress and anxiety. This means prioritizing your mental health and seeking support when needed. Whether it's through therapy, coaching, or simply leaning on loved ones, you don't have to face the challenges alone. Here's a pattern interrupt to reset your attention. If Nostradamus were alive today, do you think he'd be a motivational speaker or a stoic philosopher? Either way, he'd probably remind you that resilience isn't about avoiding hardship. It's about finding strength within it. Now let's get back to the story. As we near the end of this act, let's reflect on the power of resilience. Nostradamus' predictions may paint a picture of a turbulent future, but they also offer a profound opportunity to grow stronger and more capable. The year 2025 could be your defining moment, a chance to prove to yourself and the world that you have what it takes to thrive. Act 11, The Vision, Crafting a Bold Future. In Act 11, we explore the power of vision. Nostradamus' predictions remind us that the future isn't something that happens to us. It's something we create. This is your chance to craft a bold vision for 2025 and beyond. So let's dive in. Let's start with the importance of clarity. A clear vision acts as a compass, guiding your decisions and actions even in the face of uncertainty. Take a moment to imagine your ideal future. What does it look like? Where are you living? What are you doing? Who are you with? The more vividly you can picture it, the more real it becomes. Next, consider the role of purpose. Nostradamus hinted that 2025 would be a time when people would prioritize meaning over materialism. This means aligning your vision with your deeper values and passions. Whether it's building a business that makes a difference or creating a life of freedom and adventure, your purpose will fuel your journey. But let's not forget about the importance of action. A vision without action is just a dream. Break your vision down into actionable steps and commit to making progress every day. Remember, even small steps can lead to big results over time. Here's a humorous thought to keep you engaged. If Nostradamus were alive today, do you think he'd be a life coach or a recluse meditating in the mountains? Either way, he'd probably tell you to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating it. Now let's get back to the story. As we wrap up this act, let's reflect on the power of vision.